So can you tell us a little bit about how you do this research for a specific thing, maybe on a general sort of a setting?
Yeah. So I think the first thing that you do is come up with the research question. Like, what is it that you want to find out an answer for? And often that comes from a gap, like a lack of knowledge in something. What does privacy look like in a house? I think maybe that's a simpler example. So the issue is you're in a multiple, like shared household, privacy is an issue. So you start asking questions around what privacy means to people, how they experience it, and it could be through an interview. I could ask them, what are private spaces for you? How do you use them? Um, how much do you need privacy? And just understand a bit more about how they experience it. It can also be, again, a survey that I can do with most people to say, okay, these are the different rooms in the house. Usually, where do you feel the need for privacy? Where do you actually have you know, how do you regulate your privacy? Or you could do behavioral observations, potentially a bit difficult in a house. You observe how people use a space. What are the different points they touch? What are the hotspot areas? What are elements and objects and items in the environment is supporting that behavior? And
Mhm.
there's a whole, I don't look into this, but there's whole space syntax side of architecture where people like, heat maps and um, flow of spaces. So we look at it more from a people's perspective, like how are people interacting with the environment. So, and then you use all of this data to analyze it, synthesize it to be able to draw some conclusions to say, okay, if I'm going back to objects, these are the objects that's helping people engage in these behaviors to help them with privacy. Like maybe they have like foldable partition walls. I don't know. Um,
Right.
yeah. So that's my research anyway. It's very, I sort of sit between the two disciplines and I try to ask questions that links the two. And it's really fascinating the kind of things you find out and
Yeah.
how much it is influenced by design and how easily how it's not a very big thing, you can quite easily change little things within the design of the house or hospital to support people a little bit better. It doesn't it's never reinventing the wheel. I think it's just
Like
yeah.
progressively making it better.
Yeah, it's just priorities. I think this is what I believe with design, architectural design. I think it should be people centered in the real way, where you actually find out how people behave in it, how they feel in it. But yeah, that's usually what it looks like to do
Okay,
research.
that sounds very fascinating. I think
Yeah.
our viewers will really appreciate a deep dive into what
Mhm.
your process actually looks like.
Yeah.